Are you the parent of a teen or a tween? I'm going to give you some advice that would probably be different than most advice you get about how to deal with kids who are pushing you away. We all know this. There's a natural developmental process where tweens or teens start to value their friends and peers and media more than their parents' opinion, because they're differentiating, they're becoming autonomous, and they're checking out and testing their own self separate from you. That's natural and that's normal. And it's very difficult and scary for them, and it's very scary for us. They find it hard, we find it hard. For us, it requires us to let go, to trust their process, to be there to guide them. For them, they have to take risks and hope that you'll be there without judgment, with love, to help them figure it out, to have their feelings about it, to lean into you, and then take off again and try things without you. I mean, that's very difficult. And often what parents do is they get really triggered because they're losing control, and then they assert their control even more, and they feel like they have to get even stronger. They have to punish more. They have to give more consequences. They have to really disapprove, to really get into teaching morals and teaching right or wrong and approving or disapproving depending on their child's behavior. And then you get into power struggles, which are, have the reputation of being hellish during the teenage years, because your child finally has the power to fight back against your power. And so for me, the mantra is to trust my child's process. That is my mantra. Even if I'm lonely and I miss her because she's so busy with her friends and her life, her big life that she's out there doing. And for a while, I felt rejected. I felt really rejected. And you know what I had to do? My inner work. I had a lot of historical pain about being rejected, and I mean a lot. So when she pushed me away in all her very special dynamic ways, I would feel hurt. I would feel angry. I would feel scared. I would feel ashamed. Then I tried pulling on her energetically all the time, trying to get her to talk to me, trying to get her to tell me things. Sometimes I couldn't help myself and I would shut down and kind of withdraw, which I really never want to do to my kid. Sometimes I get into judging, as parents do, which I think is really harmful. Or making my child wrong, which I think is really harmful. Not only that, but the more you do that, then you get more separated from your child. So this is my point. This is what I wanted to tell you. It is our job as parents to do the work when we get triggered, when our child is not acting the way we want them to do or the way we expect them to, and we feel rejected or we feel pushed away. It is our job to do the historic work. It could be in therapy, through journaling, through talking to your friends, or whatever you use to have a process. You have to do that work and work early. Work early means take the trigger into the past. And the reason why you want to do this is because this is my point. This is a very important point. You want to get to the point where when your child is reaching for you, so let's say your child is pushing you away a lot, and then suddenly they reach for you. It could be a tiny little reach. They suddenly want to tell you about something. They suddenly want you to make them food. They suddenly want to cuddle you for a second. They suddenly want to ask you your advice about something, or they suddenly want to share a joke with you or have a moment with you. And if you are in resentment, if you're in your hurt, if you're in your blame, you will not be there for it. You won't be there for those special little moments that sometimes make up a week of connection. You want to be emotionally available and ready for when your child wants your guidance. You want to be there for it. It's so important. This is why so many of my videos are about breaking down why parents need to have their own emotional support and their own emotional process. Because we want to clear enough of our own distress and trauma to then be available for our children in the present time, in the present moment. I've had experience with my kid pushing me away really hard and staying there, like not pulling away, not reacting, just staying present. And then all of a sudden, she opens and we hang out for like an hour. An hour is like a month at this phase of development. And I think to myself, if I had just reacted to what she said to me, which was something like, I don't want to talk to you, something like that. If I had reacted to that, then 20 minutes later, when she suddenly wanted to hang out, I wouldn't have been there for it. I really would have missed the cues. Teenagers get a bad rap. And you know what? They are allowed to separate from us. They are allowed to push against having been controlled most of their lives. Most children have been controlled all their lives. And they finally get to an age where they can say, no, I'm going to go live my own life. I'm going to go make all my own decisions. So if you think you don't have rejection issues, you do. Everybody does. Most people have parents who were not emotionally available, and that reads as rejection. Most children were oppressed as children through childism, just treated like they don't matter, like their opinions don't matter. And you know what that translates into? Rejection. Most of us didn't get to attach to our parents properly, so then we didn't get to separate from our parents properly. Most of us don't have a positive memory of being able to push our parents away and have them still be there. Did you have that? I certainly did not. Your children are allowed to separate. They're allowed to individuate. They're allowed to find a whole new level of autonomy. They are allowed. And so if that triggers you, your school is in session. Get to work.